with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is going. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never never know which way to rattle. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. It's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
So we're going to give a disclaimer right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might see Jose with a little piece of towel or whatever, you know, going up around her nose. You know, again, her allergies is bothering. You're going to hear her sniffing and everything. So we're going to go and put that out there because we ain't going to have people just talking about you. We're going to do that. See, that's how you get past stuff like that.
Hey, because you got to go to work.
Yeah, don't let nobody talk about you. Just go and let them know.
That's
hey,
right.
This is what it is.
That's right.
You know, if I got, my eye was swollen because I got in a fight last night, I'm going to go and say it. My eye swollen because I got in a fight last night. So that way you ain't got to talk about me. It is what it is.
My eyes are red because I got in a fight with some pollen, some ragweed today.
But listen, as you can see, it's just me and Jose tonight. So, yes, we want you to be a part of this show. So, 404-500-1605, man. Reach out to us. Give us a telephone call. We're going to talk about some of the things that's going down right now. You can, as a matter of fact, put us up here, man, because I got to see the comments and everything. Y'all bear with me because Angelo is usually the one that's looking at the comments and everything. So, I got to change some things up. Jose, how was your week, young lady?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. My week was going well until today. I step out of the house and immediately.
This is when it hit you today?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Well,
Immediately, my eyes started itching. My nose started running.
I wonder if it was because of that heat wave that hit yesterday, because my crazy ass decided to jump out and mow my grass yesterday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did. I got the front done. Didn't do no edging. I let that go. That heat was serious out there yesterday. Because I like doing it so that I can keep my weight loss journey going,
Right.
down to 208, 208.3. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I could see 200, but
That's what's up.
I don't know if I'm gonna get to 200.
It's been blazing, and what I try to tell people, I know a lot of people are still in denial, but this is not the same sun that we grew up on. Okay, the ozone is depleting, and so those rays are coming through with a vengeance.
That's been a conversation for a while, in regards to the heat that we dealt with as kids compared to the heat that's out right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great conversation because I'm with you. I do believe that the heat now is different.
Yes.
Now, it could be that we've become spoiled because now that we're working for a living and we can actually afford air conditioning. See, back in my day, I didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
It was a fan. So we went outside.
No, well, let me say this. I'm from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing before I'm talking about 13 years ago, maybe even longer, the first thing that we noticed was that the heat was different here. And the year that we came, for about 5 years, there were reports of teenagers dying. I don't know if you guys remember that. Dying during practice, during football practice, during track practice. And that was the other clue that I knew. I was like, it's a different type of heat. But as time has went on, it's getting more and more ferocious.
Now, let me, again, playing devil's advocate here, because I do believe it's a little bit of a different heat, honestly. But playing devil's advocate, again, when you're in the house and it's not cold, you only have just pretty much the roof and some fans blowing hot air on you.
Okay.
When you go outside into the heat, you're already hot.
Yeah.
Compared to now, where, let's face it, most of our kids are coming out of air conditioning, going out into this extreme heat. Could that be a little bit of the reason why folks are falling
it's
out?
definitely.
I don't want to say the
remember,
dying part, but it's a falling out type of deal.
Well, you got to remember, right, that not only are we feeling it, the planet is feeling it. That's why you having all these different natural disasters and things. So it's definitely the sun is the rays. We feel more of the rays. We feel more of the destructive parts of the sun. And the one thing that I will say, if you don't have melanin, you might be in trouble. I think there's going to be a rise in skin cancers and things amongst our pale peoples. And not me.
Look,
let me clear that up. I'm talking about the pink peoples, okay?
Look. I was looking at you like,
Nah, I have.
I was about to say,
I have melanin. Stop it.
You're a little on the lighter side there. That's why I was kind of like looking
you
at
only
you
about
like,
a shade
I
darker. Only about a shade.
I was like
okay?
looking at you like, okay, all right, then, skin cancer, okay, yeah,
You're right, Frank. They think that science doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hey, I respect it. I'm just happy that I thought that I was gonna actually, from being over in St. Martin, I didn't take a lot of hats with me. So because I didn't want that look of different color here. And
yes.
I just didn't want to carry them through the airport.
Yes.
So I didn't take a lot of hats with me. So I was worried that I was gonna do, when you get that skin burn, tan and then you start peeling, whatever.
Exactly, and that's my
worried
point.
that was going to happen. Didn't happen
Yeah.
to me this time.
But that's
I
my
must have done pretty
point. But
well.
you've had a sunburn, right? We used to never get sunburns, you know? Like we did a family trip
Good point.
to Savannah and like 5 people got sunburns.
Yeah,
we never would get sunburns.
I don't remember
Exactly.
peeling.
Yes.
You're right. I never remember peeling as a kid. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I had hair.
Right.
Even though, usually as kids we was outside with no shirts on.
100%.
Wow.
100%. Yeah. So
Interesting.
it's different. We have to be careful. Got to stay hydrated. Do whatever you have to do. The other thing that's different in Georgia for me is that the heat in Kentucky is not as humid. So I have some rental properties there, and when they are not,
Okay.
when they are not in use and the air is off, they're fine. In Georgia, if we go away for a week and the air conditioner is not on, there's mold on stuff.
That's right.
There is mold on stuff. So that's the other thing that's
Got to turn
huge.
that air on. Yeah.
You have to condition the air.
It
here.
doesn't have to be cold, but you need that airflow with
Yes.
that. Yeah. I
Yes.
give you that. I give you
Yeah.
that. Frank.
No, sir. That you got to pay attention, Frank. Okay, pay attention.
What's going on, Frank? How you doing, man? As I said, the Jae Tea and Lo part, it's just Jae Tea tonight. Lo had something happen, so he couldn't get here tonight. Everything is good, though. He told me that everything was good. He just wasn't able to make it tonight. So, no worries out there. Just know that everything is cool on that. But we're going to keep it moving. I was going to try and speak on, did you?
Hush, Frank.
Hey, Frank, you see what I said in Kentucky, right? You see how I did that, right? I, just let her reiterate that she, not one, but she said, she have a couple of, or was it a few? Which one?
I used to have a few.
So now, what is it, a couple or maybe one?
It's a couple.
It's a couple now, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
nice, must be nice. Yeah, must be nice, yeah. I was gonna comment on some of that, but I'm gonna let it be. You know what? We're gonna jump on into it. I didn't really go into any hot takes for today. We're just gonna jump right on into it. We're gonna start off with my guy Stephen A. Frank, I can't talk sports because you know what? Let me ask you this.
Dwayne?
It's football season.
Yes.
Now, you know how football season gets. Everybody's outside.
Yeah.
Tailgating, going to sports bars or whatever. As a woman that don't give a damn about sports, does that excite you a little bit in regards to certain places to
if
go?
I got a man and he wants to tailgate, yeah.
You got a man?
If I had a man.
Okay, yeah, but now that you don't. I mean, you don't. So
Now that
I'm
I don't,
I'm
no.
only going with what you told us in the last couple of weeks that you don't.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing no shade at her. She
Right,
said she
right.
don't have a man. But as a single woman, single black woman in the city of Atlanta, and the way the city of Atlanta gets crazy about football,
Yeah.
and the brothers getting out, checking the games out, a lot of single men out. Is that something that incites single black women that don't give a damn about sports in Atlanta? Do it excite y'all?
I mean, when you say it like that, it needs to. Shit. Let me get my ass out and just be out on the scene, okay?
I mean, yeah,
I've been single for a minute now, and I'm like a little kid in the candy store. I didn't turn back into a teenager. I'm boy crazy, okay? Yeah.
It's
Let
like
me
I
get
said,
where the men are at. Yeah.
It's football
So
season.
where y'all at? Where the men at?
That's the thing. Brothers is everywhere. That's the thing, and that's one thing about Atlanta. Of course, the tailgate is going to be the tailgate. There's going to be, about 37 parties at the tailgate that you can walk around to. Some of them's going to be all you can eat. Some of them just walk up, do what you want. Some of them going to charge you, whatever.
Okay.
But the tailgate is going to be the tailgate. But the thing about Atlanta is you can be at one spot and think this is the spot.
Yeah.
And then you look on social media the next day and find
That's
out there was another 40 spots that was the spot.
I mean,
also.
we
So
lit
it don't-
like
yeah,
that,
Yeah,
you know?
don't no matter,
Yeah.
any sports bar,
Yeah.
we're gonna take it over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
As much as we, talk about some of the issues in our community, that's one of the things that's good. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come together.
Celebrate.
We're gonna celebrate.
we're gonna celebrate.
Enjoy ourselves.
We just need the smallest of reasons. And right now the reason is just a
Yes.
football game.
Yes.
People are coming together for preseason games.
Yes. I agree.
They actually tailgated for the Falcons preseason game, the first game of the year. People was tailgating, which is, again, we just need a reason. Just need a reason.
We do.
All right, so moving on. Checking on she be out. What else you gonna be doing? Checking on her rental properties.
Frank. Speaking of that, I did have a tree fall.
On one of your properties?
Yeah. It fell in the yard, so it didn't hit the house. So that's good. But
Okay.
But yeah, they had a big storm, and there were storms all across. Actually, did you? I lost
recent?
power last night.
Oh, last night, yeah.
But then the day before, I had a tree fall at my rental property
in Kentucky.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
storms all across. I believe was it Chicago had a. I gotta look that up. One of the places had all those trees down.
Oh,
They
I
were
don't know about
literally
that.
uprooted. And the
Damn.
grass was like peeled up with it. You didn't see that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But it's crazy
they
you
were
said that
having
because
storms across the nation.
I was talking to my my mom's, and she's in Virginia with my nephew up near the DC area, and she was saying that they had storms last night, and usually, a storm happens down south, it happens the next day,
Okay.
going up north.
Yeah.
But it actually happened last night also, and I thought that
Mhm.
was pretty strange that a lot of storms happen across the eastern seaboard, and now that you're saying central area also,
Yeah.
at the same time, which is interesting. I enjoyed the storm last night. I ain't gonna tell you no wrong. That wind was blowing. I sat outside, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it till the electricity went out,
Yeah,
and I was in that hot, humid.
I lucked out. I didn't have a power outage, but like I said, I was sitting outside. I had my phone charged up. I was waiting for it. I had my tablet, so I was gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into some stuff, man. Stephen A. Smith, man. The National Association of Black Journalists, they have an annual convention, and during this convention, they have this thing called a thumbs down designation. The thumbs down designation is historically utilized by the NABJ, the National Alliance of Black Journalists, to hold institutions and prominent individuals accountable when their work goes against the mission of the organization.
Ooh.
Well, the NABJ actually gave Stephen A. Smith the thumbs down designation. They said that the reason they did it was because of his public remarks on various platforms that have been harmful to Black women across politics, sports, and media.
Yeah.
Specific examples driven for the criticism include his past on-air commentary regarding figures like Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett, Michelle Obama, former icon Serena Williams also. The NABJ stated that such rhetoric reinforces harmful narratives and directly conflicts with their commitment to the fair representation of Black communities. Smith fiercely criticized the award during his broadcast on his Straight Shooter podcast, calling it a personal hit job and the lowest insult of his life. He strongly rejected the allegation that he disparages Black women, defending his personal background by stating, "I was raised by a Black woman. I have 2 daughters. I have 10 nieces. I have 4 older sisters. What the hell are you talking about?" So now,
What the hell does it have to do?
no, I've heard some of the things that he said, about certain people. I don't know what he said about Michelle Obama. I didn't. Dwayne, can you look that up? I don't know what he said about Michelle Obama. I know the things that he said, about Jasmine Crockett in regards to the way that she was speaking and how she needs to speak differently to get certain people's attention.
Now, when speaking on Michelle Obama, he criticized her regarding her saying that voting for Donald Trump was voting against women's rights. And he said that he believed that was an improper stance.
Hold on one second. Hey, can y'all hear Dwayne out there? Because we're gonna need Dwayne tonight. Can y'all hear him?
Can y'all hear me?
Why am I looking up here? I'm
Right.
doing what you do.
Right.
Can y'all hear Dwayne out there? Can y'all hear Dwayne out there? I just want to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know I hear you a little loud.
So yeah, Stephen A. Smith, Michelle Obama made a comment regarding voting for Donald Trump in the next election would be
The same as voting as going against black
going
women.
against women.
Going against women.
Yeah, women's rights.
Voting against
Yeah.
your rights.
And
And,
he
there
said-
was no lies told.
And he said,
That was untrue.
because
And-
also he was like, if you vote for Donald Trump, there's other reasons. I didn't get it all, but supposedly he said, that it was untrue because he was stating that if you vote for Donald Trump, that's not the only reason that you voted for Donald Trump or something like that is what he tried to explain anyway. Go
but
ahead.
she still was not wrong.
Yeah.
Because his
I don't
agenda.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I think he got.
She was letting you know, if you vote for this person is going to take your rights.
Yeah.
Because it's already in play to try to take your reproductive rights
I
away.
think where he messed up with that is by saying she was wrong. She wasn't wrong. There's a whole lot of reasons if you vote for Trump, what that is an example of. That sounds a lot better. Now go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah, nah. So this is my problem with it, man. With all those black women he got around him, all them folks he named, is he reading the room?
Come on.
And that's just really how I kind of look at it. I don't mean no harm in it. I just say that for you to say that, you have these black women around you. These black women are in rooms. These black women are in group chats. Unless the friends that these black women have are scared to be honest with them, or honest with them, because the reality of it is this is not the narrative on you, and people have been giving you this narrative for a lot recently. I mean, I think it's been happening over last couple of years, but as of recent, he has known about this narrative of himself. So for him to be so shocked, you know what I'm saying, to me it's kind of far-fetched, just because he's known about this narrative on him. And I think the biggest problem is, and I hate to say this, man, you a bitch because you ain't taking accountability.
Come on.
Because this is what I don't mean to say that we're calling women bitches, and because I don't mean that by any stretch, but we often say that our problem with women is them being accountable or taking accountability, and you constantly deflect and are unaccountable for something that people have been telling you in your face.
Yeah.
Like, so I really think that that's more, a him problem than anything. Like, I think anybody that he's painting it to be on is really the problem. It's showing that you are not being accountable, because this has been staring you in the face for a while.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that is sad, and I'm going to try to be very careful about what I want to say when it comes to his response. There are a lot of men that are in long-term relationships with women or sexual relationships with women that still don't like women or still don't respect women. So you just saying I have daughters and I have and you may respect your daughter, but you may not see another woman in her shoes.
Yeah.
And you may not be able to, it's almost
valid.
like
That's
him
valid.
saying how
That's
some
valid.
white people say I got black friends,
Right.
and
That's
Be
valid.
racist.
and still be
Yeah,
racist,
that's
right?
valid. That's
so
valid. Yeah.
that means nothing.
Yeah.
That's not a good answer. Like you were saying, take accountability. Look at some of the things you have said and take accountability for the things that you have said,
Man.
instead of hiding behind the fact that you have daughters.
And can I say this? The last thing to me, what accountability look like is being a problem solver. If you were a problem solver, these people that you have these opinions about, have conversations with these people. You're not having conversations with these people, so your opinions aren't valid. Because you are not even having the ability to have it back and forth to try to understand where they coming from with it.
Right.
And I think that's the problem. And second, the last thing I'll say is, I think his biggest problem, the last thing he needs to be accountable for is, brother, we barely liked you in sports. We definitely don't like you nowhere else. We barely liked you in sports.
Yeah.
We definitely don't like you nowhere else. That's the biggest problem. I think that's his biggest problem. His biggest hurdle is, like, I feel like he probably should have stayed to the sports because we were stomaching him with the sports. Now that he went everywhere else, it even make the sports look bad.
Yeah.
Because we was barely stomaching you with the sports, man. And now you in these other lanes and you just tearing them up, man. And let me say this, it's character plays too, man. I hate to say that. It's character plays. I mean, you can see it how you want to see it. It's character plays. If you knew better, these decisions you make show your character. I hate to say it like that.
They show his character and his true thoughts and true feelings, right? Yeah. And that's the part that he does not want to admit.
Correct.
Now,
that you see these women in a negative light, and you have a right to your opinion. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that I thought was ingenious is that his peers had to call him out on it. They came together to call him out on it. You see what I'm saying? To the group, say the name of the group.
The NABJ. That's what you're talking about. Okay.
So as a collective, they came together and said, "Dude is out of order." So at least if your peers are telling you that, and they're doing it in a respectful way, because that's part of what they do, hold each other accountable.
I agree.
Now, let me ask you all this: if you believe something as a person, and it is what you believe, do you back off what you believe because somebody else doesn't agree with you?
You do not. I don't think you should. However, we talk about this a lot on our show, right? And I'm all about uplifting Black people.
Wait, though.
Yeah.
However is like but. So if you're not supposed to back off what you believe in, or you are. You can't say but.
Yes, you can. Here's what I'm saying. You stand on what you said, but if you're a smart man or a smart woman, you still need to look inside and say maybe there's some things or some beliefs that need to be checked, right? Especially when you're in the public eye.
But if he believes that somebody should speak a different way, and I'm going on what he did with Jasmine Crockett, not saying that if he believes that Jasmine Crockett should speak a different way to reach a different percentage of people, why should he change that if that's what he believes? How do you take accountability for something? Because I think
I seen what this said. So that's why I was gonna ask him: is he being funny, or he being sarcastic, or he being real? But this is what I'll say. Did somebody ask him the question about Jasmine Crockett?
Now that I don't know.
That's what I'm telling.
But again, it's opinionated. We're speaking opinions.
So this what I'm telling
when
you.
you speak opinions, nobody has to ask you anything.
So this what I'm telling you. So let me say this: if the overwhelmingly majority after you give your opinion, if the overwhelmingly majority of the people say like, "Hey man, you may need to walk that back. Hey man, maybe that doesn't sound like what you're saying may come across as wrong." You can't be as a man be like, "Well, maybe you're right."
Yeah,
that is accountability, and that's what I think.
I don't know, Dwayne. I don't know. Wait. I don't know if saying maybe you're right is accountability. That's giving you accountability. That's not.
Let me say this. This is
if you believe in something, believe in it. Stand on it.
No, let me
stand
say
on
this.
business.
This is what I'm saying. Like, see, I'm a Leo, right? And I stand hard on a lot of shit, right? But let's say somebody proved me wrong. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
But what? but who proved him wrong?
But this is what I'm telling you.
Just because a whole bunch of people said it, does that mean he's wrong? I'm playing devil's advocate now. Because we're not talking about a law where thou shouldn't steal. We're talking about an opinion.
Once you give your opinion, you are subject to the people. Like that, nobody asked for your opinion.
But does that make him wrong?
What they're saying,
in some people's eyes, it
what
does.
They're saying, what makes him wrong is that you have a huge platform, and you choose to pick apart women that are in positions of power that are doing stuff for the people.
So. Okay,
so instead of edifying, I'm promise y'all, because we don't want to just be up here agreeing with everything. So listen. So does that mean that people, and let's say we'll go with black women, does that mean that every black woman should not be pointed out on or given a suggestion or an opinion on something that might help you? I don't think anything's wrong with that. However, what I was trying to get at was that they want him to take personal responsibility, right?
For what?
And I'm one of those people too that feel like,
if he believes in it, what's he taking responsibility for?
For the fact that he sees black women in a way that's inferior, and he tries to point out any little thing to pick these women apart instead of edifying and lifting them up. He's literally now I'll give you this. You can find all kind of other people to judge and to handle, but you want to come after black women as a black man on a huge platform. And I don't know if he said anything about any white women because I don't follow Stephen A's podcast. I don't know if he said anything else about any other women, but of course these three things are going to be highlighted because it's about black women. But again, what I say is, if Jasmine Crockett, and I'm coming because what I don't know what he said about Serena either. I told you I don't follow his podcast much. I listen to him in sports, and that's pretty much it. Some of the other stuff, him trying to be president, I think he's doing way too much.
Yeah.
But
he's about Serena. He made a comment in regards to Serena's husband, and how her husband should feel about Serena performing with Kendrick Lamar at the halftime show, and he referenced it to being Drake's ex, and that was petty.
Yeah, he was doing too much with that
Serena's husband came up. So this is what I'm telling you. So only thing I'm telling you, JT, I definitely agree with you. What you saying, paying the devil's advocate. Only thing I'm telling you is, man, in the court of public opinion, once you give your opinion, it is subject for people to critique it, and whether right or wrong, people are going to critique it. Once these people critique it and poke holes in your argument, if the holes are truthful and factful,
but the thing is,
you can't back down.
The holes that you're talking about, we're talking about an opinion. We're talking. Wait, listen. We're talking about. Listen. We're talking about. You can't say stuff is factual on his opinion. You can't say that. You cannot say now if he was doing something like Jae loves to do, throw out certain stats. He threw out an opinion that he feels that certain people or this woman should speak in a different way so that she could reach certain things. there's nothing factual to say that that's wrong.
I
mean, we all have a work voice.
I'm definitely
You work at a bank.
correct.
You talk differently. Yes or no?
No,
You going shouty and everything like that to your customers?
no.
Exactly. And you speak that way on the football field. You curse, you speak.
No. So
I'm
what
saying you have your office voice.
No, hold on. So this is what I'm telling you. I'm not JT. I 100% agree with you. I'm saying that. So this is what I'm saying. If I'm at work and my boss says something like, "Man, Trump's coming in town, man. I gotta rush over there to see him when he get in town," right? Let's just say this is what he says in front of everybody in the office, right? At that point, I can then say something, or I can say nothing. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on, let me just give you an example.
That ain't you totally changed
happened.
everything.
No.
That ain't a voice. That's just not saying
No,
stuff.
no,
But when
I'm
you
saying-
speak to customers,
No,
you
no.
don't speak to customers the way you speak to us at the
Listen.
football
You just
field.
all I'm telling you is, if Stephen A. Smith on his podcast is bringing a subject up about Jasmine Crockett, unless somebody asked him that question, he is offering his opinion.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
if he does that, it is now at the mercy of the people. And people
Okay.
have come back now that you have offered your opinion that nobody asked you for and poked holes in your opinion. And then when they, hold on, let me finish. Once they poke holes in your opinion, they also say, well, if this is your opinion, why haven't you had a conversation with this person?
Now, I
Why
believe he
haven't
should have had a
you know what I'm saying?
conversation.
So this is what I'm telling
But I
you.
don't think you should back down.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, if you offer your opinion about me, if I'm Jasmine Crockett, if I feel like if I'm Jasmine Crockett, you offer your opinion about me, and then I say this is not true, right? If you don't have this conversation with me, you should apologize, because he's done that before. He's
look,
apologized
look.
for stuff he said before.
I wouldn't
and then somebody has
apologize.
came to him, and then he's apologized. So all I'm saying is,
I
JT,
don't
if
think-
you say he does take accountability for the things he wants to. He does.
The-
He does.
but the other thing is he using his platform to basically talk down on black women for the sake of clicks?
Probably.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, but
And you say
he
you're
ain't
for the
only one.
people, and they're just people are letting him know. It's just like we've had this discussion about him before.
Yeah,
he's a
ain't the only
coon.
one. I don't know about a coon.
You
I
are
don't know about
coon.
He has his
'Cause
own
if-
opinion.
'cause-
I agree with
I-
JT on that. He
I-
has his own
Okay,
opinion.
and I'm
That's
not
fine.
saying that he can't have his own opinion,
coons
but you don't
do
have
stuff
you don't
for
have
people.
any
Coon-
negative
coons-
opinions on other
And that I don't know.
races
And
of
that I
women.
don't know.
You
And-
just
and-
you
and
just got
until-
something to say
until
about
we
every
look-
black woman.
And the thing is, we know if he did say something about white women, it ain't going to be as big as if he
Correct.
says. We know that. So let's.
Oh, it probably would.
No, it wouldn't.
And
You know that for a
and
fact.
he's not willing.
If
He's
black
not willing to
people-
step on their
listen,
toes.
if black
but he's
people-
willing to step on black
And
women's
you
toes.
know this for a fact. When black people talk against black people, it is bigger news than when they talk against white people. You know that.
No, but no.
You don't
Here's what I will say.
That's
the part-
Wait. Do you feel that when black people talk about black people, it is bigger? It is big. It is a bigger
No.
story than when black people talk about
No,
white people.
here's what I will say. Does America try to blow up everything negative in the media that a black
That's
person
what I
does?
just asked you.
Yes. However,
That's what I just asked you.
However,
No. Stop. You ain't here to twist that around. That's what I just asked you.
I'm not trying to twist nothing around. What I'm telling you is that they are always going to highlight us being negative to each other.
That's
but
what I
I'm
just
saying,
asked you.
but if he had got on his platform and said, Madonna looks like
And again,
what's that
it
dude
would
off
not
of
be
Saul?
as big as
then
him
it,
talking
then it would
about
be
No, it would
then,
not.
then
You
it would,
just said it.
They would have been checking him. That's why
checked him?
whenever a black person
checked
goes on and starts talking about people, they got to come back and do a whole
would
damn
have-
apology.
Who would have checked him?
His network, the
He
people
ain't got
around
no
him.
network when he's on his podcast.
The,
There's
well,
no
the
network.
the people that's around him.
He
that-
is. He doesn't have
Okay,
to.
was he not on ESPN?
He doesn't talk about her on ESPN. He talk
I know,
about
but
on his-
here's what I'm saying. They would check.
They ain't gonna
I'ma
check him
tell
on
you.
ESPN.
I'm gonna tell you how I know they would check him. I'm gonna tell you how I know.
They ain't
Okay.
checking him on ESPN.
When black people are consistently writing songs about murdering each other, There's no uproar. But if a black man, which I'm not going to get into that whole other story, starts talking about raping women or raping women that are not black, then they have lost deals and all kind of things. So yes, there is a difference. There is a difference if you go on your platform and start talking about a white person, and if you're consistently talking about white women and how they're
So what you're saying is it's not going to be as big as when you talk about black women.
no, I'm not saying that.
Because
I'm not.
if the network shuts you up, what does that mean? It's not going to be as big. Yes or no?
If the network shuts you up,
Then it's going no further.
But that's still huge.
But again,
You're not hearing what
but
I'm saying, though.
I hear you, but if you
can
shut
lose,
it down,
he could possibly lose some of his position over talking about a white woman,
But
but he's
again-
not going to lose nothing because they want him to talk about another black person
We're saying the same thing
in a
You
negative
would just
way. Yeah.
Calm down. If you're saying if they're going to shut him down, that means it goes no further than where it went. Yes or no? If they shut him down, that means it stops, right?
No, it doesn't stop. Now you are an example to everybody else to shut the hell up.
But it stops. He's not. Nobody else. He can't talk about it no more. Yes or no? It stops. That's what stops mean. That's what when it stopped. If they shut it down.
Oh,
that
you
means
saying
it
if he
stopped.
talked about the first white woman and they shut him down, then he would be done.
Right.
Right.
But
that's still bigger than talking about a black person.
But when you talk about a black person,
Yeah.
and they push it out more and more and more. Who do you think the masses is going to hear more? The story that they pushed out more and more and more. When they shut stuff down, it shuts down. I forgot. It was one story we was talking about.
I know what you're trying to say. I think you're just trying to, but I still know that. I still feel like if he was to say something negative about a white woman and it went viral, because it would go viral if they fired him. If they fired him.
Fire him.
But what I do agree with, that will be his last time talking about it. So I do agree with that part.
So that
but
means
since
that
he's
it
not,
stops.
but since he's not reprimanded, he can repeatedly go on here and pick apart a black woman.
And actually, the crazy thing is,
Mm-hmm.
all he has to do is put it out one time about a black woman, and guess who would carry the narrative? We've talked about this. Who carries the narrative?
We do, but
We do in defense,
yes.
but it's still the same thing as carrying the narrative.
I just think that if he says nothing, we don't even have to talk
Now,
about
yeah,
it.
you're right. If he
That's
says
all
nothing,
that's real.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
And
But if ain't, so we ain't all
This
drunk.
is also what I want to say, Mr. Sandman. He wasn't right about Jasmine Crockett's approach. That's not why she lost her reelection. She lost her reelection because she probably should have campaigned differently. And of course, once you lose, you're going to say that you should have campaigned differently. What he said was that her focusing on Trump and being loud about Trump and different things in Senate subcommittees, which she's elected to and responsible for serving on, that is not the way to win her reelection. And the real reality was she had to even run for the seat that she ran for because they redistrict her out of her other seat. But that's besides the point. You don't even care about that, Mr. Stanman. You just care about the fact that you feel like Stephen A. Smith was right about her approach, which he wasn't. And he could have had her on his platform to help her win her reelection instead of having this conversation about her without her being able to defend herself. That's all I said.
Yeah.
That's all I'm ever
Now,
saying.
I feel you're right. He could have had the conversation with her there.
Yeah.
You platform
But I'm
her.
not going to say that he was wrong about what he said.
But this is what I'm saying, JT.
You
If
can't say he's
if you
wrong.
put-
Everybody's
it-
not a bootlicker. Jasmine
instead-
Crockett didn't want to be licking
so let me
boots.
say this. So let me say
and
this.
it doesn't make her wrong
But
or
let me-
right.
So let me
That's
say,
what I'm saying.
So let me say this,
he's not
JT.
wrong.
Do you not think that when he has this segment on Jasmine Crockett, right? Instead of having an open opinion on Jasmine Crockett before her election, He has her on there. Has this? Hold on, let me finish.
I'm not doubting that.
Hold on, let me say this.
I
Has
agree
the
with
same
you.
opinion.
I agree with you.
And then now they work towards a solution on the program that ultimately gets her reelected.
I agree with you.
If we do this instead of offering an opinion that nobody asked for about a powerful black woman, we don't run into these problems.
You're
of us
right.
beating each other down.
You're right.
We run into these problems of beating each other down, and this is what we're saying about Stephen A. Smith is because he doesn't hold back on us. And there's nothing wrong with being hard on black people. The difference is have these conversations with these same people you're being hard on. That's all I'm saying. Don't, because let me say this. When LeBron approached you, you changed. You apologized. It's been several times where you had to apologize because you have said something, and then once these people approach you and y'all have a conversation, then it changed. So that's all I'm saying. Like, if we cannot speak
But I don't think
on
he
ourselves,
apologized to LeBron for what he said. He apologized to LeBron because he said that that was your son and I shouldn't have been talking about it. But he didn't apologize for what he said. What he said was the boy should have been in the G League the whole year. He didn't apologize for that. He apologized because, you know what, I shouldn't have been talking about your son, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't apologize for what he said.
That's not accountability? That's what I'm saying.
That's not backing down from what you stand on. If he listen, I don't stand on everything Stephen A. Smith stands on. Let me get you that. But if he stands on it, why should he apologize? We just have to know he ain't ours.
He not like us.
But saying he has to apologize, man.
And let me say this. I'm just saying that in general, that situation was taken out of context. People said this. He then came back and issued some sort of rebuttal to what he originally said. In this Jasmine Crockett situation, in this Michelle Obama situation, in this Joy Reid situation, in this Nikki Haley situation, he ain't had conversations with these people. And that's all I'm saying. Him going on Sean Hannity and defending himself rather than platforming the people.
I give you that. I give you that. I think you should.
The place that gave you the award, the thumbs down thing. Platform them.
Where he has.
He has.
Yeah, now he's done a lot. He's done a lot for that organization.
But only thing, this is how I look at that.
And he should have them on his show now.
Correct.
But supposedly, and this is what the news reports are. This is what the news reports were. They said they will not go on the show before having a private conversation. He said, "Well, since this came out, let's just go on the show." So I don't know how that's going to end up. If they're gonna have the private conversation, then be on the show, I just know he did a lot for that organization. But again, if they gave the reasons why they gave him that award, and you have to go with what they have the right to do that.
Yeah,
they have the right to do it.
Yeah.
But again, are we? And I don't know if the NABJ does it against. I'm assuming they only do it against black journalists.
Yeah,
that's what I'm assuming. Because again, I don't know, because I know a lot that they could have done it with, but the reasons why they gave were legit. But again, I don't. Now some of me may have. If it's your opinion. And it's something that you believe on, or stand on. I
agree with that. Yeah. I feel like I don't necessarily think he should apologize, right. But I do think that he can look in the mirror and check himself and see, like, am I biased towards this demographic? And am I using my platform to display that? And to be divisive in our own communities. Like, I talked to you guys a lot about that. I think that that's one of the biggest things that has happened. They did it during slavery, and now it continues to be, you got all these different social media sites that act like it's black people, but it's really people of different races that pull
Yeah,
any
it don't
negative
take much
that
for us.
pull any negative content.
Yeah, it don't take
Right,
much for us.
because they have negative content on their end as well,
Yeah.
but they're gonna highlight the negativity. So to have someone that's in that position, and this nigger agrees with us.
Yeah,
we're gonna make sure he stays on the air.
Yeah, that's
You-
what I'm saying.
you hear what I'm
This-
trying to
this
say?
is why I say
And
when
that's
you
what they're-
criticize
Yes.
him because of his platform is so big. But just like we talked about last week when we said about Ryan Clark crying on air, and then LaShawn McCoy comes out and goes against him for crying on air. So they're gonna push that. They're gonna push it. But
Yes,
you're right.
and
his
that's the part where
platform
he's
is
being a
bigger
coon,
than-
because
his
he's got to
platform
know
is-
this already, right? And so if you're, it goes back. Remember, we all talked about this some time before about we don't have a lot of leaders. You see what I'm saying?
We don't
And the
have
ones that we
leaders.
have,
We don't have leaders.
that's what I just said.
Yeah,
that we do
a
not
lot.
have.
Not
I
a lot.
said
We don't.
Oh, you saying we don't have any? We have
No.
some, but
The-
for that purpose. So then the people that are stepping up, I'm saying Jasmine Crockett, Michelle Obama. You have people that have stood up, and now here you come trying to find any little thing to talk about them and to bring them down repeatedly.
With Stephen A. And I've always said this, this dude got fired from ESPN. And he comes back and gets a $100 million contract. Now, I know they gave him the freedom, and he's probably asked for this. They gave him the freedom to hire and bring on giving other black athletes, retired athletes, a chance to come on and get their career started or whatever. But it also makes you wonder if within that contract there was something in there that let him or told him he had to do some of this shit. I said
I think he willingly does it. I think he likes it. I think he willingly does it.
It's hard for me to call him a coon, because to me a coon is someone that a coon is someone that it really does not do for us. And if they do, it's minimal. What he's done with some of these guys, getting them up there and getting them their platforms and everything. He's gotten some guys up there that Cam from the rapper Cameron.
Yeah.
There's no way that we thought Cameron would ever be on
the first
ESPN.
station. Yep, that's true.
He played high school basketball and he was a rapper.
Yeah.
That's not done without him.
Correct.
But now, does he have coonish ways? Yeah, I do believe that. But
I say when you tap dancing for the man, and you're getting paid, and you're willing to,
all of us are kind of tap dancing for him a little bit.
What was dude's name on the Django? But that still goes back to what I was saying. He might not like black women, cause you saying he was getting the men on. You know what I'm saying? So it might. I'm not saying he doesn't. I don't know.
Is black, so.
It doesn't. That does not. That I'm again. That does not mean that he likes other black women.
We had to like two.
Jamie Foxx got 3 black kids, but he like all white women.
Is Jamie Foxx kids black?
They are all mixed. All mixed.
Exactly.
And I love me some Jamie Foxx.
So he ain't that wasn't black women that he had the babies by.
I say he don't like black women.
Oh,
I'm saying he got black kids.
I ain't talking about Jamie Foxx. I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith.
I'm giving you an example. Just because you got black kids don't mean you like black women.
He ain't got black kids. He got mixed kids.
Okay.
That's a difference.
All I'm saying, but here's what I'm saying. I'm saying one thing doesn't equal the other. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I like black women, so it's hard for me to say if
Right.
if you can not like black women, but have sex with them and have a child.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That seems to be pretty harsh.
Come on, bro.
What you mean, come on, bro?
Men will sleep with somebody they not even attracted
Let
to.
me know when you grow a dick. Until then,
I
we're
don't-
not having these conversations.
I don't have to have a dick to know that. I don't have to have a dick.
We're not having these conversations.
Men can hate your guts and still sleep with you.
I don't know all those type of games, so I just plead the fifth.
I know. To put it this way, I know a lot of women that have been with men that don't even like them, but they screwing them.
Yeah.
And even if you're not that type, you got homeboys that will knock off a chick, even if they bust it up. If they not attractive, they might have a nice body. They might, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, it's hard for me to not like you, to have sex with you.
Yeah,
It's gotta be something that I like about you. Even if
I ain't that type of guy.
even if I pay for it, I'm paying for something about you that I like. It's just hard. That's rough. All right,
And I'm not saying it's y'all, but I'm saying there are men that do that, and y'all know that.
No, I don't.
You understand?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I don't
Yeah.
know anybody.
Yeah.
That I mean, just from what. Damn, I lost my damn comments.
Dwayne said he
doggone.
agrees. Yeah.
I lost my comments.
Oh, somebody was trying to call in.
I lost my comments.
Dwayne.
Oh, my bad. Did I miss it?
Dwayne, can you see the comments? Man, I lost.
I
mine.
can see the comments. You want me to read them?
Yeah, go ahead and read them on that subject matter. And
Okay.
you good? You need to get some tissue. We'll take it.
Yeah, I got.
Okay.
I got the whole row right here.
Where you want to start at?
I said the call-in line wasn't working.
So Mr. Sandman said the fact is Jasmine Crockett lost her re-election to another Democratic candidate in March. She had won if she changed her approach. Stephen was right about that. F. Davis, 69, said she lost because she was attempting to go from the House to the Senate. Texas is a conservative state. She ran opposed to white male. She doesn't have a legitimate chance, in my opinion. Somebody said Nikki Haley during 2024 Republican election primaries. Smith frequently commented on Nikki Haley's campaign strategy, challenging her approach and handling her race relations in America. He explicitly called her out on his show, the Stephen A. Smith Show, for avoiding direct discussions about slavery when asked about the root causes of the Civil War. That's Atlanta flag football.
Angelo, what up, bro?
Stephen A. Smith has been in the media for over 33 years. I think he knows a thing or two about approaching the public. Actually, it doesn't have nothing to do with it. Hillary Clinton. Smith has regularly offended political commentary on the Democratic strategy, including criticism of Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign. He argued on air that her campaign failed to effectively connect with key voting blocs and took certain Democratic voters base for granted. Jasmine Crockett has zero chance to win. Study Texas politics. I have. Her approach has zero to do with anything Latino males, which is the majority. That primary was not going to vote for her, a woman. And her pastor, Reverend Dr. Freddie Hayes, won the seat she vacated to run for the Senate. Love the shades of Jae. Roland Martin broke down the reason she lost, and he's a Texan and knows politics. Screaming ass Smith won't have him on his show for a real debate, and is so afraid. Again, Joy Reid, he was hanging with Shannon Sharp. Roland Martin also broke down the reason Florida could have and have been black governed, and the number one reason Florida black folks didn't come out and vote. Stephen A. Smith could have used his platform to uplift black women. The call in line isn't working. I got you, MJ. I will let you. I didn't know it was you. Ask Kyle. Okay, what up, Frank? I have never heard of a black man tell he hates black women, and I have talked to a lot of black men in my life. I never heard a black man tell me he hates black women. Yeah. They said he has never criticized white women. Well, there you go. Well, okay. So no. JT asks, did he on his platform, because he doesn't follow his platform, talk about white women? And yes, you're saying he does. Not disagreeing with you. This is what I'll say, man. Okay. All right. To the black diaspora, the black media, the black voices that are platform, look out for, protect our black voices, man. Protect our black people like they protect their people. That's all I ask for. And that's all I say about Stephen A. Smith. I actually don't dislike Stephen A. Smith. Like you said, I feel like his opinion is valid because it's his. I mean, to be honest with you, I just don't think that. Like I said, But the sheer fact that he said he grew up with a black mother shows me that I know your black mom told me. I know your black mom told you when you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. If you ain't take that motherfucking advice,
but let me ask you this.
Don't say nothing.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
You, man.
But how are we allowed to criticize our own? Yes or no?
Let me tell you this, JT. Listen, man.
Are we allowed? Yes or no?
Not women, not black women.
So so nothing that they do is wrong.
I'm not saying that. I'm not.
So
saying
how do you correct what they're doing wrong?
Let the women correct themselves. I think we correct. I think we should correct men. I think women should correct women. I think men should correct men. And only reason I'm telling you because they're the only things that can relate to each other. Women, I can't relate to a woman on certain levels because I will never be a woman. But it's certain levels that I can relate to a man.
So you expect for women to not correct black men because they're not men
on their topics. So this is what I'm saying.
On a man's topic, you expect
they shouldn't.
I get what you're saying that they shouldn't, but I mean, you expect them to not do that.
They don't, unless they're forced because the man is not there. But I'm just telling you, in general, I don't see it. JT, show me where a black woman butting into a black man problem because black women look
across podcasts. It happens all the time. You see the little clips.
But, okay, so let me say, them ain't real people. Them is people offering their opinion, and that's the problem. I think that's the problem.
Stephen A. Smith offered his opinion. It's just that he has a higher platform because he's on ESPN.
And I
that's
agree
the only
so
difference.
Let me say you this, JT. I hate when black women on podcasts talk about black men's subjects, and I hate when black men go on black podcasts and talk about black women's subjects. I hate it. I'm just telling you that's my opinion.
So how do we learn? How do we learn about each other if we don't talk to each other?
I learn about black women from black women. I do not learn about black women from black men. I never learned about a black woman from a black man. Never.
But if a black man, but a black man talk not to you, but saying something to another group of women about things that could improve, you're saying that that's wrong?
Only reason I'm telling you is I don't think that we are like-minded. So even if he is giving something, he's giving his opinion from his perspective, but I will question his perspective because he ain't a woman. So what perspective do you have? But I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. I don't think women should correct women. I think only women should correct women. I think men should correct men. That's just my opinion. And it's only because of perspective.
So if you're in a relationship, you trying to tell me that you're not going to give your opinion to your lady about things that she could improve on?
I will give my opinion, but if she don't take it, it's on her. It's on her.
But again, you gave your opinion, so you can't say that you shouldn't do it.
But let me say this: I'm giving my opinion on my perspective. So let me just say, if I say I think my woman is unhealthy, if she's overweight, right? I'm not gonna give it to her directly. I'm gonna give her solutions around how to get healthy. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say like your ass is fat. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna give you solutions around how to become healthy because I feel like sometimes when you give them direct, they don't take it directly because I feel like maybe that's more of a how you do it to a man. Or sometimes with a woman, you may have to go. That's how I was learned. That's how I was taught. That's all I'm telling you.
That's wild.
All I'm telling
What do
you
you
is
think
how
about that,
I'm
Jose?
taught based off of being raised by a black woman.
What do you think? What do you think about that, Jose?
I mean, like I said, the main thing that I think when it comes to him, I think he's entitled to his opinion. But just like his colleagues are entitled to their opinion. Once you, a person don't know you a fool till you open your mouth. So once you keep saying the same rhetoric, they have a right to say how they feel about your consistent opinions or your negative opinions about what black women are doing.
But do you think that black men and black women, opposite sexes, should point out certain things of each other when they think if another sex could do it differently, it might help them? As in a man saying a woman, maybe you shouldn't wear that in this situation.
I think that it's good to have healthy discussions so that we can be stronger. Yes, I do. I think it's good to have healthy discussions. But if you're not having a discussion, you don't have another one, a woman on the show or what, and you're just throwing out negative stuff like you were talking about a lot of these podcasts sometimes do. It's divisive. And yes, we have freedom of speech. So, you know me, I'm like, let people do what the hell they want to do. Right. But am I going to subscribe to that? Am I going to put my energy into constantly seeing negative stuff when I know one of our biggest issues as a group is self-esteem?
So nobody,
division?
Nobody should criticize anybody.
That's not what I said.
No, I'm asking this question.
Oh, okay.
So because what you're saying is you can't criticize, black men can't criticize black women. Black women can't criticize black men. So can black men criticize black men and black women criticize black women? Either way is criticism, and sometimes you have to have negativity to get positivity.
I didn't say
that.
No,
this is just a question.
This is
a question.
Okay.
Because
I think we should have healthy discussions.
Now you're right.
Yes.
We can get to a point to where we're criticizing each other to a point to where it's destructive.
Yes.
But constructive criticism is needed between both, period. You cannot say women should only criticize women to help them. Well, women are trying to get along with men. You can't say men should only criticize men because men are trying to get along with women. So we need to know what women feel, and women need to know what we feel. If you just go men on men, all niggas out here would be hoeing. You know what I'm saying? I just feel that you have to.
But
it has to be helped constructive.
I'm saying that I agree that I think there. Yes, I'm saying that there needs to be these conversations. Yeah. Yes, that are building up the community with these conversations instead of repeatedly on attack, because you put a certain vibration out there and it's hard to pull it back in. You see what I'm saying? And one of our biggest issues that people have and that holds them back is self-esteem. We've been beat down for so many years to feel like less than, and then we go on these podcasts and do the same thing.
We got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. We got to call it. Go ahead and state your claim, MJ. We got you. We hear you.
Asakar, what up, bro?
This is Asakar.
What
up? What up? Can't wait to get back on the show, man. Just been busy with work.
Understood.
Well, I wanted to chime in tonight. I think everybody's right and everybody's wrong. I think the biggest thing that hurts us as a people, if we try to live up to our own stereotypes we make within our own race. Black woman, argumentative. I don't bow down to nothing. I don't do this. Black man, I like a big ass. I like to fuck a lot of hoes. And we live up to that. And when it comes to dialogue talking, it's hard for us to do it because a lot of black women go by not how they feel and not how they treat you, but what the consensus is with black women on that particular topic. And the same thing with black men. Black men are so big into that alpha beta shit that guys that aren't alpha or don't even agree with that stuff will pretend just so they'll be in the clique. And I think it's not really about criticizing, it's about honest conversation where we talk about where the bias and dislike comes from. Because a lot of things in our culture, women are almost canonized for being argumentative. You see it on every blooper, joke, reel, fight that you see. Black woman just stand her ground on something ridiculous. And when it comes to having honest dialogue, most women, when they get with a black man, they're sweet as pie. They do their womanly duties, but when you get them on an open format, they act like, I don't buy nobody. It's what I bring to the table. I am the table. Stuff like that. They sound like a dude without the nuts. Nuts in the dick.
And what do y'all say? Cause sound like you
black
started to
men
sound
in the
like
same way.
Stephen A. Smith.
I want a woman that's going to be this way. I want them to get this way, but they're not leading a life that makes that woman want to be in that situation. So I think it's both ways, but a lot of times what black men are running into, I'm still out on the scene dating. You have to get, I like black women from a certain area. I like black women and it's a total different thing because you can approach a black woman by herself and she's one way. If she's in a group of bufferillas, it's impossible to talk to her.
A group of what? What'd you say?
Wildbacks. She always got them two best friends and they had a man in 20 years, but they gonna, block your way in,
This is a classic conversation.
It really is. It sounds like Stephen A. Smith on the phone. What's really going on?
Nah, just real. Keep it 100.
Are you?
I dig you in regards to the buying into the stereotypes. I think that's some of our, the social media generation, the stereotypes is pushed out even more than what we grew up on because the stereotype was word of mouth. Now the stereotype is not even word of mouth. It's basically if it has more clicks so that it can jump in the algorithm, that looks like the stereotype. The what probably is the truth is not getting as many clicks, so it doesn't flow up as quickly. So I get what you're saying about that in regards to buying into it.
But even what he said, he's got to me, his opinion is like he's literally on here calling women big backs and.
I mean, there are some big backs.
And
I was just joking, but
a group of big
the
backs.
black male is just as bad. The black male is just as bad. A lot of times we will assume a woman's going to be one way before she's even that way.
I mean, but even what you said can go on both sides, right? A man is different when he's around his friends than he is when he's just with his woman. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, in regards to the stereotypes, like you said, if a dude is out with his guys, he's going to probably lean into that stereotype a little more because he's with his guys. Now, if he was in Publix by himself, probably not that guy. And again, that's one thing. That's why I hate really getting into the relationship type of thing because, everybody like to say women this, men that, but it goes both ways. Just like you said, big back. There's some big back dudes, but he's speaking from his experience. He ain't looking at big back dudes. He's looking at, when you out, you probably see a good looking guy that's hanging out with some big back dudes. You know, some dudes is huge. Then you got one guy that's in there, you know, looking exactly how you like it. You know, so it can go both ways.
But again, those are still. But I'm saying what I mean, what I'm addressing with him.
No, that's not a stereotype. Wide backs exist.
Those. But what I'm saying, for you to say, so you telling me that every time you've approached a woman, she was in a group with a bunch of big women. We know that may have happened to you.
I was only joking about that. But what I'm saying is,
hold on.
I think one of the biggest problems that hurt black women, when they're with other black women, they tend to. I've never seen so many hating women. It's either by their actions or something they're doing. I don't care how you approach them, or it's just like it makes it uncomfortable. Sometimes you can see it in the one lady's face, like, damn, I wish I wasn't with them. And I think black women would do a lot better in the dating pool if they quit going out in large groups.
Oh, Lord. Now I'm with Dwayne. Stay out of
about a one or two, maybe one, three at the most. But when you got 5 or 6 at the table, I don't know what you can say that somebody doesn't chime in every time. So you know what? It's not even worth it. Boom.
Let me ask you this.
On to the next.
Let me ask you this.
This is the last thing on dating. Then we're gonna get on.
This is back to accountability. Could it possibly be? I'm not saying that this is every time, but some of those times, could it possibly be that they're not hating? They just know that the person who's walking over is a hoe. And they don't want their friends being in that situation. Could that ever be true?
No, that's 100% the problem right there. You don't know me. You've never met me. So how can you assume somebody's a hoe? Do I look like a hoe?
Baby, women's intuition is very strong.
Stop.
So sometimes,
oh my God.
Oh yes.
Like I said,
you trying to tell me?
Ascot, appreciate you calling in. You don't turn this to a dating show. We ain't going to get into women and their psychic abilities all of a sudden to see a man walking down the street and he's a hoe. We're not going to do that tonight. Appreciate
Tell
you,
Son Ray I said go hug a fucking tree.
We are not getting ready to do that because,
I do like hugging trees. Thank you.
Hell no. Listen, man, real quick, we're going to take a break. I'll let Jae blow her nose and everything and refresh up some things, and we'll be right back. When we come back, hey, have y'all heard about the teacher that actually gave his students like a little reading test and found out that none of the kids could really read and they were juniors and seniors? We're going to talk about that and what we think is the problem, why kids are not reading at a better, at a better stage when they're juniors and seniors in high school. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo.
And Jae.
Listen, man, I've had iPhone 11 for a long time since iPhone 11 came out.
What?
Yeah, iPhone 11, and I wore it with pride because I was like, I'm not getting a new phone every time one of these things come out.
That's fair.
The whole family got better phones than me, and it's okay. So I'm at Sam's, right, and I'm unloading my cart, and my mom calls me. I put it on the speaker until I get my Bluetooth. You look in the parking lot, it was dry to the left. It was dry to the right. It was dry everywhere you could see. My phone's on the back of the trunk. It fell down in the only freaking puddle in the entire area. And that phone went face first. That joke ain't been back on since, man. It went zoop.
So Lo, I'm gonna just go and tell you something. That iPhone 11 decided it wanted to die. It jumped. It jumped ship.
That is funny.
That iPhone 11 was like this. He can't keep pushing me like this.
find a studio that matches your podcast vision? Located inside Uptown Comedy Corner, our studio just 5 minutes from Atlanta's airport has everything you need. From high-quality equipment to multi-camera setups for live streaming, we've got it all. With 15 plus years of experience, our team ensures smooth sessions with editing and post-production services at an additional cost. Plus, our competitive pricing make it easy for creators of all levels. Contact us at 404-500-1605.
Listen, man, I've had iPhone 11 for a long time since iPhone 11 came out.
What?
Yeah, iPhone 11, and I wore it with pride because I was like, I'm not getting a new phone every time one of these things come out.
That's fair.
You know, the whole family got better phones than me, and it's okay. So I'm at Sam's, right, and I'm unloading my cart, and my mom calls me. I put it on the speaker until I get my Bluetooth. You look in the parking lot, it was dry to the left. It was dry to the right. It was dry everywhere you could see. My phone's on the back of the trunk. It fell down in the only freaking puddle in the entire area. And that phone went face first. That joke ain't been back on since, man. It went zoop.
So Lord, I'm gonna just go and tell you something. That iPhone 11 decided it wanted to die. It jumped. It jumped ship.
That is funny.
That iPhone 11 was like this. He can't keep pushing me like this.
They rowdy out there. Yes, the audience.
Settle
studio
down, son.
audience,
Settle
yeah.
down, bro. We about to get going, man. Sit down. No, we're not taking comments from the audience tonight.
Yeah,
we're not doing that tonight. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
And Jae.
We back, you dig? We're gonna get some things going. But before we get going, I think Jae has a comment that she wanted to read real quick. Wait.
Oh, was it? No, when you do this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Man, sit down. I told you we're not taking comments from the sit down, son.
Right.
No, we're not doing that today.
Right.
Maybe on the next show, but today.
And then and then he was in the shot, so it made it look like you silly.
So that's my security.
Right.
Had to get the security out there to sit him down, man. Sit down, bro. See, for those of y'all that didn't know, Dwayne is our, program director and everything, our engineer. Had to get him out here because we had a little young boy out here, trying to act up, want to interfere with the show. And we told him there was no pay, and there was also no time, no camera time, or nothing. Just come and be a part of the show. So, that was the applause that you heard earlier. So we're going to move on, man. This is going to be in regards to the educational system that's happening out there. There was a viral video that featured Darius Williams, a career and technical education teacher at Whitley High School in the Houston Independent School District. He broke down in tears after discovering his high school seniors could not read or write at a basic level. Basically, on the second day of the school year, Mr. Williams administered a basic literacy and writing assessment to his 17 and 18-year-old students. The assignment was the students were asked to read 2 short paragraphs and then fill in 4 missing words in a sentence. Mr. Williams provided the sentence stems, annotated text with them, and then even gave them answers beforehand. The result, multiple seniors were completely unable to complete the task. A visibly shaken Williams recorded an emotional video during his lunch break stating, "I have seniors who simply cannot read and seniors who cannot write." Basically, the students, primarily young black and brown boys and girls, possesses verbal reasoning skills and can defend their arguments out loud, but they completely fail when attempting to apply those cognitive skills to written text. Now, we've talked about the education system and how things have changed. You can go as simple as, I don't think they don't teach to write cursive anymore in school. Signatures are pretty much, print with a little fanciness to it, a circle instead of a dot over the I, type of deal. So,
I wanted to add to this. I wanted to make sure I was able to read this. So one of the students, I'm just going to say Jackson, a 17-year-old junior at Wheatley, shared that he can read and write, though sometimes struggles with longer and more difficult vocabulary words. We all do, right? And he said that Williams was lying in his video. He then said, quote, "It's just not right. Why would you embarrass somebody's kids? Because if you know kids can't read, can't write, why would you go on social media and embarrass the whole kids like that?" The whole kids like that.
That reason right there.
The
whole kids.
There you go. There you go.
Now, let me, do you, being what this kid said, notice I said kid, not kids, but
Right.
Do you think that he was, that he went overboard in this? Or do you think that it was right on point because it needs to be highlighted?
Yeah, the school had issues before, okay, and they have been working on bringing things up. So, do I think it needs to be addressed? Hell yeah! And most teachers maybe don't even have the balls to go online and say this. But I will tell you, as an educator, so many kids cannot read and they cannot do basic math. And those are high school kids. I know this for a fact. Okay. We had one time I was working at a school this is when I was substitute teaching. I'm certified for special education, but for a while I just did substitute teaching. I substituted for a gym class, and they had 6 going on at one time in this particular high school. This day, they had all the kids in the gym. They said, we don't do gym on Wednesdays because it's a writing Wednesday, because all their scores are low. They had a prompt and they had to write on it. These kids were bringing back papers that were full of Ebonics. They cannot write. And that's a problem, because if you can't read and write, how are you going to know what's on this contract? How are you going to make sure you're getting paid what they said they were going to pay you? How are you going to know when you buy a home if you're getting everything that they promised they were going to give you? So it is a serious problem. And part of it is No Child Left Behind, because with that inclusion, it is very hard. When I say very hard, it's difficult as hell to even hold a child back.
Yeah.
Because they do not like for you to give them failing grades. The parents will come up to the school and act a fool. And so the principal will call you in there and ask you to change grades, even if they have not done anything in your class, even if they are not exhibiting the ability. And one of the things you have to do, you have to contact the parents several times. You can't so you have, all that is noted. You show where you emailed them and you called them and reached out about their child's grades. But I personally think the biggest issue is the parents. When you send your child to school, you are your child's first teacher. That teacher has 30 other kids all day long. Even if you were at home, if you were a stay-at-home mom, you would struggle to manage 12 kids. That's why a lot of moms have the older kids watch the younger kids. So now you got a teacher and she's trying to teach and try to keep the class under control. She may not be able to give your child as much one-on-one attention as you should be able to give your child when your child comes home. And it starts when they are 2 and 3, before they even start in school, that you are trying to teach them that learning is fun, and learning how your particular child learns, so that you can relay that to the teacher, and so that you can continually work with your child when your child comes home and has issues. But these people are not doing that. You know, when I always had to make my child read every day and sit and listen to him. These parents are not doing that, because you would know your child can't read. You would know this. So I just think that the accountability starts at home, and then the next accountable person are the administrators and the teachers at the school to help and guide your child. Well, let me say the next accountable person is the child, and then the teachers, because if they have decided that they don't want to receive the information, then it doesn't matter what the teacher does.
Now, okay, I'm a true believer in, everything starts at home first. However, parents didn't go to school to become educators.
You don't have to be an educator to teach your child 2 + 2
when we
in their
talking about,
ABCs.
we're talking about being in the 11th and 12th grade
Mm-hmm.
and not being able to read.
Mm-hmm.
Does no accountability come on the educational system?
I didn't say that it
No,
didn't.
I'm asking a question.
Yeah,
Stop
I
being
said
defensive.
that. No, I'm saying
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
you're
I
saying
agree.
it
I said
starts
that
at
it
home.
does. Yes.
And that if it's the so whose fault do you feel in this situation? Whose fault is it? Is it the educational
I have an
system
answer to that.
or is it the parents?
I
I'm
think-
sorry. Yeah, Ask the Cops is on the line again. Let's let him answer that. Go ahead, bro.
I'll say 100% it falls on. I'm just saying, because this is what we always do. Everybody wants to put, well, white people do it too. I'm talking about us. It's 100% on black leadership. Too many people.
You said
The
black
scandal
leadership?
that occurred a couple of years ago in Atlanta where the superintendent had it set up where they were taking tests for these kids. It all goes back to our culture. We have individuals that still enjoy education and still lift up education, but the majority of our culture loves ignorance. And that's what the issue is. When you go to school, because I was in charge of the transition from Atlanta Police Department to Atlanta Public School System Police Department. The issues you had with parents coming down there and wanting to fight kids, particularly when it got time for graduation, because little Pookie and Sharika wasn't graduating. They'd never been up to the school the whole time. You go
Facts.
to the parent-teachers conference and only about 20 parents show up in the whole school, and most of those are Browns.
Now, let me
And the
ask
teachers
this.
are pissed because they're made to stay there to the end.
Now, let me ask this. We know that the educational field, education and law enforcement, I feel, are two of the lowest paid professions in America. So when you're looking at special, this city here, I think this was out of Houston, they're probably on the higher end of the educational pay scale. But especially when you look at some of the lower end cities, you're looking at young kids out of college usually taking these jobs and not staying. I think when I saw the video, this guy, he was a lot older, right? This teacher.
Mm-hmm. He's a little older. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's not many older teachers that you see. You might see an older administrator because they taught and then they moved up, but there's not many older teachers. I think more of the teachers are a lot younger.
I see a lot of older teachers. There's a mix. There's
All the
definitely
more reason it's the parents' fault. All the more reason.
But again, and I don't give me. Parents need to do something with their children, but at the same time, parents today have. It's hard to say because parents today are so much younger. I'm thinking of me. I'm thinking of my day.
Right.
Some of the stuff my kid was doing in school, I didn't know what the hell he was doing.
You can put the effort in.
The teacher had to teach them that.
You can sit down there and try to learn it yourself and teach them. Nah, that's the problem. If you expect your child to go home and they supposed to know what to do and you ain't supposed to help them, that's the problem.
Come on.
That's the problem, man.
But that's our culture. That's our culture. Well, I should say that's a certain segment of our culture.
That's the problem.
Wait, hold on.
And I want to let me throw something else in here though, really fast. Let me throw something else in here.
I want to see what MJ said. Go ahead.
That I noticed probably 15 years ago. The parents, when all this technology came up, I see it now all the time. They give these kids tablets to babysit them. Their attention span is shot. You understand? Because social media is immediate gratification, especially TikTok. You going from one to the next, and Instagram. So now you want them to sit in a class and listen to the teacher. But when they get home, their brains are trained on instant gratification, going from one thing to the next. They don't do anything that even stimulates their mind to try to work and be a problem solver.
That right there, I'm with.
You see what I'm saying?
So in other words, teaching better habits, but actually trying to be an educator. I don't think that parents should be trying to do that because they're not. MJ,
Yes,
go ahead.
the hell they should.
You're not an
I'll say
educator.
this. I want to correct you on two things. Law enforcement is actually, it's a misconception. It's one of the highest paid professions you can get in now if you go to a major city.
But I
In
still
the
don't
city
think
of
that they're paid.
Atlanta,
When I say that, I'm saying I don't think they're
public
paid
school
enough.
system is the highest paid in the state.
I
But you
still
know what
don't
they
think
can't
they're paid
do is
enough.
keep teachers because nobody wants to teach Pookies and Sharika.
Well,
And that's the truth. Nobody
and
wants to
nobody-
call it out.
and
but
nobody wants
people
to
are
lose their
tired of the
job.
ghetto mentality and hood rats.
Yeah, and nobody
Those
wants to lose
teachers
their
get
job
assaulted.
either. Mm-hmm.
The teachers get cussed out.
You do.
They won't let
You
you
do.
press charges on them.
Facts.
And the teachers pretty much don't want to be there. And as soon as they get enough time in teaching where they can transfer to Gwinnett, Henry County, or anywhere else other than the city of Atlanta, they do it. And that's the problem we don't want to get to is our behavior. It streams over into everything and everything aspect of our society. That's why so many of us end up in jail. How can you expect a teacher to control kids that law enforcement can't control?
They mamas can't control them.
Now,
That's the other thing.
please
you see
understand
what I'm saying?
that the reasoning and everything with Classic Conversations, we are not trying to say that Gwinnett County and all these other counties are so much better than Fulton County or that there's no problems out in these other counties. We're just saying what we see on the news is what we see on the news.
Here's what
Well,
I
I'm
want
not
to.
saying
Here's
they're
what
better,
I want to.
but
I
they
want to
have
address
their
what you
issues
said
too.
though.
But it's the fact that the kids don't have the basics.
Exactly.
And you're trying to
and
reinvent the
basics,
wheel when a child is 14 and 15 and they don't know their timetable.
Exactly. And that's something that a parent can teach your child.
Yeah,
Is the
I'm
basics.
I'm
If
with
you
you on
got
the
a
basics.
foundation, but that's all you need is the foundation.
We're talking about. I'm
You
talking
understand
about
what I'm
seniors
saying?
in high school.
I know, but if they didn't get the foundation, because
Okay,
there's
the
no way you should be in
foundation,
11th
I
grade
get
and
you.
can't read.
I get you. The foundation, I get you. But
Yeah.
to say a parent should be as advanced or as skilled as an educator, as a teacher that got a degree in it, then what the hell do you need schools for?
Here's the thing about it though.
Now I get you on the basics in the beginning.
Half of that shit you done already took. You took it. You
hell?
can't. You trying to tell me you can't
I
rattle
ain't
off your
took no
times
goddamn.
tables?
I ain't took no
You don't
trig.
know how to do math.
I ain't took trigonometry.
They ain't taking trigonometry if they can't do multiplication.
But what
So-
I'm saying is the basics I get. But you cannot say that a parent should be able to teach what a teacher in the 11th and 12th grade is teaching.
So
What
what
I'm
she's
telling
saying,
you-
what she's saying, leading up to the 11th, 12th grade.
I'm with the basics. But when you're in the 11th and 12th grade,
but this is what I'm saying.
that's the teachers.
So this is what I'm saying. So JT, so you're discounting the parents not knowing that they couldn't read all the way up until the 11th, 12th grade.
Exactly.
He found out because
Exactly.
he gave a test. You mean to tell me they parents did not know that they didn't read in the 6th grade, the 7th grade, the 8th grade,
Exactly.
the 9th grade, the 10th grade?
Exactly.
They know.
And honestly-
Exactly.
They know.
Honestly, right now, I
they
have
are
no
neglectful.
idea
They are
because-
neglectful
I'm
and they
telling
don't
you,
know because they are neglectful.
Because right now you have kids that are parents. I really believe that's an issue that you have kids that are parents. Dwayne, even you, and you're the youngest. Maybe Jae might be younger, but your parents knew where you were at night in the 5th and 6th grade. Forget what if you knew how to read. They knew where you were. These days, a lot of these parents don't even know where their kids are. So I get what it is a problem. You're right. I can only go on what, how I grew and my mother knew if I could read or not.
People have always been having kids at 15, 16, 17.
Yeah,
There's
but it was
always
just
been
a different-
kids having kids, though.
But you have
Yeah.
to understand that it was a different.
Yes.
Like you said, parents right now are engaged in the social media also.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You know,
agree.
back then, like you said, shit, parents would have 2 and 3 jobs, 3 jobs, but they still was able to say, hey, let me see your homework when they came in.
Yeah.
You know,
But even if
even
you're
after
not
working 2 or
looking,
3
let's say you're not looking at the homework. The teacher is telling you. Please believe, as an educator, we're emailing and calling the parents because we don't want it to be at the last minute and we don't want it to be on us. We're letting you know, hey, your child is deficient in this area and they need some help. On top of that, I've been a parent liaison. We literally hold workshops to help the parents know this is the math we're doing. This is how you can help your child. This is how you can do the math. And all of this is in elementary. We are setting up the foundation.
Yeah, right there.
Because you have to have the foundation. But what I want to throw out there, and I don't know if I've already said it on here, they've already said statistically, this is the first generation that's not smarter than their parents.
Or you're right. It's not smarter than the last generation.
You know,
you're
and
right.
I'm
with you.
So it's a lack of the communication and attention to your child, because I always get stuff back from the school. The school when they test those kids, they tell you.
MJ, yeah.
Oh,
they gonna let you know.
You got something? Go ahead, bro. Ask the cop. Go ahead.
He hung up.
He hung up.
He back
Call
now.
back.
He back now.
Ask the cop. Go ahead.
Okay. And I agree with everybody's saying, but we don't want to deal with the actual issue. The actual issue is the breakdown of the black nuclear family. And we know where that stemmed from. We know it stemmed from the welfare act. But until our black leaders want to face that aspect of it, we're never going to change.
Now, let me ask you
because male not being in the household makes a difference. And it's not just because pick who you want to run it, male or female. But what it really boils down to, you don't have those two incomes. So you have a single mom who's raising two badass kids, and she might have to pull 2 or 3 extra shifts just so she can make ends meet. She's not there to teach little badass bastards.
Okay.
So until we get to the point where the male is there too, we're never going to get that change.
Well, let me ask you this. You saying that it's up to the leaders to recognize this. How does the leaders make a man stay in the house with a woman that he had a one-night stand with?
What I mean by it is simply this. Farrakhan does it. He speaks on, he doesn't placate it for pookies.
But
what happens is black leaders want their poor votes so much, but they don't tell them about themselves. And that's what the issue is. If nothing else, it's having a 2-income household. Gays don't have that problem with their kids because you have 2 normally college-educated individuals that are raising a child. When you have a single mom doing it, particularly in the inner city, they're normally having to have 2 jobs or pull a second shift, so they're not there to watch them. We see it all the time.
So let me ask you this.
Where we have to pick up kids after curfew. And there's nowhere to take them because the mom ain't getting off work till 6.
So are we... And I'm with you. I do feel that there should be, that the double parent household changes things tremendously. Averages, it's going to change things tremendously. But because this is not an overnight type fix, do we approach the issue from where it's at and try and fix it from where it's at and improve from there? Because trying to say right now, a Farrakhan or whoever is going to be that leader to all of a sudden be able to get into the minds of every man and woman to create that nuclear family, it's not going to happen overnight. So do we hit it from where it's at right now and try and improve it?
It has to be hit from all areas because that's the issue. And I'm not saying, I just threw Farrakhan's name out there.
Yeah, that's good. It was a good one.
Obama could do it. If Obama spoke out, everyone would listen. But when he speaks out, he wants to sing Kumbaya and not make people feel bad about themselves. That's the biggest issue with our underclass nobody lets them know what they're doing and how it affects their kids.
That's
Anytime you attack, because 76% of us are born into single family households. As soon as you say a mom can't do it by herself, grown ass men get offensive. Women get defensive. I can't. I did this. And I'm not saying you're doing it bad. And I'm not saying that some mothers do it right. But the penitentiary shows with a 68% come from single family households.
okay. I'm with you.
And that's men and women.
Yeah, men and women. We put that out.
No,
pro woman.
less with men. No, that doesn't. The stats with the penitentiary stats does not hold true when it's a male running the household.
But that's
a different story. We'll go there.
That's why I said earlier, we need somebody to attack the problem where it's at and improve from there on both sides. It's not just men hitting and leaving. It's women letting people hit that you say supposedly women have this intuition of. Should know that he is going to hit and leave. Somehow we have to get to where we're at right now and improve from there. Because, like you said, it's not an overnight. I know you said Farrakhan, and I use him because that's what he did. Trying to say that Obama should do it, we've had that conversation up here. We do believe that he could do some things and make some changes. But hey, man, that dude is who he is. He gave his, so we can't even blame him for not. Honestly, I would love if he did. I think that people would really follow his lead if he decided to take that mantle and run with it. I just don't know if he has, the space to do it.
People need to stop being distracted. They out here in the clubs. They watching TV and all this ratchet stuff and not giving time to their kids. Because not everybody is working 3 jobs, but you do have those that are working 3 jobs. But not everybody is working 3 jobs. Some people are really just do not give their children attention when they get home, so they're gonna act out. People we're in this age where people just buy their kids. You see what I'm saying? You buying him $200.
They're best friends with the
you're
kids.
Buying them. I had a student in middle school that had a penis on her keychain, and she told me her mama took her to the store, and she was in there and told her mama this is what she wanted, and the mama laughed and bought it for her.
How old was she?
She was in middle school.
How old was the
mama? I don't know.
Right, because you ain't see.
I don't know.
Again, another point. You ain't never met her.
But
which is crazy.
But here's the thing about it is that you sometimes just your presence and you letting your child know that you are interested in what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? Goes a long way. And then a lot of things you can figure out together. But if the foundation is made, it's just like a house. If the foundation is solid, that kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, and don't tell me you can't do kindergarten, first, second, third grade work. You do have some people that did not graduate, but the majority of people, they know this, they still will not do that. And then they got a problem when their child now gets in a higher grade and all this stuff starts coming out, which most of these parents, I'm gonna tell you, 9 out of 10 of them, they already know. They've been knowing that the child can't read. The child has been getting low reading scores. The child has been getting low math scores. Now, what's jacked up is they are using so many electronics that they cheat on everything. They're cheating, and they're cheating their way through getting all these high scores. I agree 100%. And then there are boxes of rocks. And I'm not saying all of them I'm not saying that all of them are boxes of rocks, but I'm saying they don't have the knowledge. And when I say they're ignorant, ignorance means lack of knowledge. They don't have the knowledge because they're not even trying to use their brain. They are just like, I can Google it. So why do I need to learn it? You see what I'm saying?
And that's why I think the reading part comes in. As this teacher said, if you have a conversation with these kids, they're seeing major intelligence. They can argue their point. They can get their point across, the whole nine. But if they had to actually put it into text, if they actually had to write something down, it was an issue. And like you said, I do believe that social media has a lot to do with that because, like you said, kids are being babysitted by this right now.
Yeah.
Being babysitted. And if you do not govern that,
Yeah.
that's even worse.
It is.
They're
getting dopamine hit after dopamine hit. And then y'all want us to stand in front of the class.
And don't mess around and have a kid that doesn't have the guardrails on this thing. You think that they're up there looking at Disney.
Hey.
And they up there looking
I'm
at
glad
Fights
you
R
brought
Us.
that up because not only that, there is a huge portion of kids, because they have access to cell phones, okay, that are looking at porn in elementary school.
Yeah.
And talking about sex to their friends in elementary school.
Yeah, I honestly, this past weekend, and you know what? Let me do that. Man, I did not do that last weekend. I'm going to do it again. But right now, I got to say, my nephew, Teddy Rave Randolph, a.k.a. the champ, a.k.a. the nephew. Hey, man, this dude is 16 years in the Marine Corps. Gunnery sergeant, doing his thing, looking to be promoted again because I just saw his review. This dude just got his college degree this past Saturday.
That's what's up.
It was so dope. And his daughter has this tablet that she looks at.
Mm-hmm.
And it was itching me to get over there too.
Yes.
So I got to it just playing around with it. Let me pull up on YouTube.
Yes.
Pulled up YouTube. There was guards there.
Yeah.
There was guards there on certain things that she could watch. And I just went ahead and gave it back to her after I erased where I went. Because she probably don't even know that YouTube is there. But there was guards there. And that's what I'm saying in regards to the guards being on the tablets and the phone. Because kids love this stuff. I mean, it's colorful. The cell phones, all of this type of stuff is colorful, so kids are going to be attracted to it. The main thing that you have to do is not get frustrated and want to get them out of your mental space so bad that you just give them something and let them just start searching. You cannot do that. You have to watch that type of spot. But again, I'm gonna talk about my nephew again in a minute. I'm gonna make sure that I have my own segment talk about that cat because I am so proud of him. He did the whole thing secretively. Nobody in the family knew he was doing it. Then he came up 2 weeks prior to his graduation, like, "Hey, I'm graduating in 2 weeks. Y'all need to show up to the commencement." That was so dope. But get it back on the subject matter. Yes, again, I can only go on what I grew up with. I do believe that, like you said, right now there's a lot of parents that's raising their kids with electronic devices because, as you said earlier, being in the clubs, blah, blah, blah. Our parents partied, they had their good times, but they also made sure that we were straight. I grew up in a single parent household, and my mother worked 2-3 jobs, usually 2. As far as I can remember, she always had 2, sometimes 3. One of them was working at a nightclub, but she checked our stuff every day.
Mm-hmm.
And she even made sure that we were right the next morning so that when we got up, things were set up for us to get ready for school.
Yeah.
It's just not that type of commitment. And again, Classic Konversations is not saying 100%. Understand that part.
Right.
But I would be willing to bet on an average that there's more on the average of some of these parents not doing it than that are doing it. And I know that there are circumstances. There are single parent households, women and men. I know some young dudes that's actually raising their children by themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not always, I would say majority is women raising children, mostly single mothers.
Yeah.
But there are some single men out there doing it. And I know there's challenges. Oh, man, especially in today's day and age, there's so many other distractions. Like you said,
Yeah.
there's so many other distractions out there. So I know there's challenges, but we have to figure out a way to make sure that as we're releasing our young Black men and women into this world, that they're better prepared.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful that this man actually came out and cried on it in regards to it, to bring this point forward, because it's serious out there, folks. It is serious out there, man. I was once one of those people that believe, you know what? You don't need no college degree. You can do it without blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell any child that goes into the military, hey, get your degree while you're in there. Because even if you do 20 years and get that check, you still gonna need that college degree. I'm just being honest.
And think about
Things have changed.
how many of our ancestors, I'm going way back, right? That couldn't read or write. But we learned how to read and write. You see what I'm saying? The next generation did better, even if, you see what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's all about, are you paying attention, right? Because even those parents that couldn't read or write, they made sure the kid got the help that they needed to succeed.
Right. Real quick, Olena, you're right. There should be no excuses. The problem, I think, with that is, back when we saw examples of that, but now I feel that a lot of kids are not seeing examples of that, or even being told that
Examples
no
of
matter
what?
that you can do it. There's no excuses.
Oh, gotcha.
You can do it if you put the effort in yourself.
Gotcha.
I don't think that there's a lot of people telling some of the younger generation that you can do this, even if everything is stacked against you. Because you're right. In our day, there was a lot of things stacked against us, but we still was able to get things done because people was able to. The problem is, I think today, a lot of people will not speak on their shortcomings.
Yeah.
Back then, you had people that they would speak to you about their shortcomings and say, hey man, I did this and this is what happened. I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good, but you could do a whole lot better if you did more than what I did.
Facts.
And I don't think that a lot of people, as one of the cores that I live by, is knowing your weaknesses so you can highlight your strengths.
Yeah.
One of my weaknesses, I ain't gonna say weaknesses, but one of the things that's not on my resume is that I did not go to college. And I was in the military, so I could have done that. So I make sure to tell any kid that goes into the military, while you're in there, man, get your college degree. It is so much, back in the day, if you didn't go to a college for 4 years, you couldn't get a degree. Now you can get your degree online, you can get your degree and actually benefit from it while doing other things.
Yeah.
So that, like you said, there's no excuses, but I don't think that that information is passed down enough so that our younger generation understands that. The reading and writing, as you said, Dwayne said, the basics has to come from the house at first.
Yeah. And
if the basics is not coming from the house at first, they're not going to, because it's just, like you said, there's so many distractions.
Yeah.
There's so many distractions. And I'm just speaking of the ones I know, but I notice a lot more. There's IG.
Yeah.
There's X, which used to be Twitter.
TikTok.
There's TikTok.
Kids love TikTok.
A lot of the kids don't like Facebook, but there's Facebook. If you get on stories on Facebook, you can keep scrolling forever. I have to catch myself sometime like, damn it, let me put this shit down.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. There is no excuses, but I think the generations above these young generations have to let them know that, you know what, just because I did it this way and it seems that I'm okay, you have to do more to really be okay.
Yes. And encouraging your child and finding the help for your child. That's the biggest thing, because even if you can't help them, most of these schools, especially inner city schools, they have a lot of resources.
Yeah, we're gonna go over the
They
comments.
have free tutors and everything.
I saw somebody
you know?
put up there that there was some programs or
Yeah.
whatever out there that we could do.
There are so many. So there's really no excuse. But I think that, like, with some of the kids that do not do well, not all of them, but some of the kids that do not do well, part of it is the parent's ego. Because the parent, when you call them and tell them, they are defensive.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No different than somebody down the street telling you that your child did something wrong and they coming at that person.
Yes.
It's no different.
Yes.
These parents
Yes.
today do
Mhm.
not want anybody to tell them that their child did something
Yep.
wrong, out of the ordinary, however you want to put it.
Yep.
Parents today are so singular. I've been saying it since I started doing this show, that we have lost the community, the village.
But that's
We've lost
that's
the
all by,
village.
and now let's circle back. That's by design.
Yeah.
I tell people, like, we no longer have a tribe. Your tribe, I tell people, what do you think about when you think about a tribe? When I think about a tribe, I think about, and this is old fashioned, but I think about, you got a hut here, you got a hut here, you got a hut. So when you walk outside,
Everybody know everybody.
If Johnny can't read, somebody's like, here, bring him
boy,
over
you
here,
can't
baby.
read?
Bring him over here. You know what I'm saying?
The village.
Village.
The word is, it takes a village to raise a child. The village, and you're right, it has been put on us intentionally.
Yes.
This is what I say about the village. When I grew up, I have friends still to this day that I grew up playing baseball with in their backyard, using their mom's plastic fruit as a baseball, and we were 9 and 10 years old. We're still friends to this day. Now, because of the economy, people move around so much that it's hard to create a village, because you're never there long enough to create the village.
Yes and no.
You're
because
gone.
but the other issue is families are not family like they used to be.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
true,
I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah.
Because because people are so, and I'm not
Singular.
gonna say that I'm not sensitive, but people are overly sensitive.
And singular.
And so as soon as they hear something, they're ready to withdraw
Yeah.
themselves. They don't want to be around anybody because they don't want you saying anything to them, and they don't want you saying anything. So how do you get better? How does your child get the support that your child needs?
If you don't have that village, I'm
and
telling you.
you're pushing your village away.
that village
know?
has to be. Back in the day, the village was there for you. Now, the village has to be created. It has to be created, and you're right, family, but at the same time, you could have extended family. There are friends of mine right now that I know about their kids, and I reach out to them and ask about their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I go over, I make sure to talk to their kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's a village that can be created.
I agree.
I think back in the day, the village was created because of circumstance. All of it, they put us in one area because they wanted us to stay in that area. But we started succeeding because we was all in that area, that they broke it up by making sure that we had to move around.
Well,
So
yes and
now-
no, because you definitely had the projects, which was a whole project.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
The projects.
And so they learn, if you stack us on top of each other and take resources from us, or withhold resources.
But within those
You know.
resources, because of partially growing up in the projects, within those resources, there were people that were there that were still looking out for each other.
Yes.
And when I
but
say
that's
that,
what I'm getting at.
it's
That,
just
you did
as
have that.
somebody being on the 5th floor, and you going over to their house, and
Yeah.
they knew that your mother was working at night. They had you stay at that house that night.
I agree.
They had
Yeah.
We as a people, man, we survivors. I mean, we know how to one of my mottos It is what it is, so make sure that you make it do what it can do for you. It is what it is, so you make it do what it can do for you. People took care of other people's families, and it was back and forth. Now it's not that way, like you said, because people are sensitive, and as soon as they think you getting in their business. Oh, my child don't need to eat at your house. I got food for him. Knowing damn well you ain't got a sandwich. Knowing damn well, but instead of accepting the help, you have this sensitivity about yourself that I don't even want to say it's pride. It's a sensitivity about yourself.
It is.
To where you don't want people thinking certain things about you that you lost the village.
But it is partially pride.
We can go, boy, ooh, Lord Jesus, I can
a
go
little
on
bit.
that
A little
all
bit
night.
is a little bit is pride.
All night.
Oprah did a show and it was about, she was talking about how it's never been at this heightened of a number that people are disconnecting from their families and saying, literally just going ghost and saying, I don't want to deal with these people. I don't want to deal with my mom. I don't want to deal with my sister. I don't want to. You see what I'm saying? There's no forgiveness and there's no accountability.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
And the other races are loving it.
Yeah, I'm a total. I love family. Lord knows I've had some arguments within my family, and right at this moment, there's not one in my family that I can't call. They pick up the phone. But even when we was in our moment to where we wasn't calling each other, there wasn't a damn thing that you could do to them or say about them that wouldn't make me say, hey, well hold up.
That's right.
Might be true, but guess what? Your ass ain't.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
That's lost. You know what? We're gonna move. I'm gonna go over some of these comments, but the top 5 coming from Jae. What she wants. Top 5 things that you admire about the opposite sex. Doesn't have to be because of a love interest. Just be something that you admire about the opposite sex. So a black man, something that you admire about a black woman. Black woman, something that you admire about a black man. And again, doesn't have to be because of a love interest, just because of admiration, respect, and something that you would want to point out to a younger person that's what you want to aspire to be. So I'm gonna go over some of these comments real quick. Great comments too. A lot of them. Hold on. Angelo, you missed, bro. I didn't realize you had to do all this. Okay, I went back too far. Hold on. I went all the way back to screaming ass Smith. So, here we go. Here we go. Okay. This is not a new issue, correct? Reading and writing has always been low in American schools. Most of our children now have been stuck in the social media and texting area. Years ago, I saw it getting worse. That was from Alina Lewis. Communication skills have not been needed in the social media world. Exactly. They can just type it. They pass them kids along because they don't want to lose their jobs as teachers and faculty members.
Facts.
No child left behind.
Facts.
Parents are the first educators, correct. You know you were slow when you were a kid and your kid inherited your brain. Help little tink out. There are too many teenage parents and most of them can't read either.
But it's always been teenage parents.
But with the teenage parents, there was that village.
Yeah. But it's less teenage parents now. It's actually less teenage
But now
parents.
the teenage parents, usually the family kind of pushes them away. There's an argument, and because like you said, the sensitivity comes in when the argument happens. Oh, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. That's what happened. You done lost your village.
100%.
The seniors in high school
100%.
are probably the same ones who didn't gain the reading and writing skills from kindergarten or first grade.
Facts.
That's the age I taught, and they were still struggling in the 5th grade.
Yep.
That was from Alina. There are many reading and writing programs available. Here you go. Folks have to want to invest in themselves and take advantage of the programs to improve themselves. We can't point fingers. We have to want it. And even when you say investing in yourselves, I'm willing to bet there are still some programs out there that don't cost. But because of the sensitivity and people not wanting somebody in their business, I'm not letting my child be in that program because I don't want nobody talking about my child. It's
So
that sensitivity.
true.
It's that sensitivity thing.
So true. I just had to talk with somebody about
Nobody can save us from ourselves but ourselves. Ooh, boy, that is the going theme of Classic Conversations. Obama is making his contribution in his community. I'm with you there. And again, I don't know if he has the bandwidth. He may have it, but he may not want to give it, to be that guy that's leading again. I mean, let's face that. Alina said, I'm not buying any of these excuses. I have family members whose parents couldn't feed it, affected some of their children, but the grandchildren and great-grandchildren has become highly successful. Exactly. That family experience, and I know your family, that family experience will push them along. Your nephew is a caring parent. Yes, he is. Parents have to parent and make education a priority and not an option. We have family members that cared about our study habits and our education. They have completed college with honors, successful in the military, and proved you can become successful regardless of parents and grandparents with reading and writing disabilities. No excuses. And that's the thing that I'm talking about, where people don't want to talk about the hardships or the low points to let their children know that no matter what, you can still, achieve. Catherine Bracey said, ditto, Paulina, no excuses. Amen, Jae. Not sure when that was, but Jae said some good things on this subject, for real. Other subjects I ain't so sure, but this one, she was on point.
You know what?
Right, JT. We have to overcome as a race. Remember, it was against the law to teach our race and read and write, but they learn in spite of it. Exactly. Tell it like it is so true. The village has been destroyed by design. Exactly. I admire the joy and style that the Black women bring to the community. Oh, that's top 5. My bad. So yeah, top 5 things that you as a woman, Black woman or Black man, or woman or man, whoever's watching, admire about another opposite sex woman or man. Dwayne, what you got?
That's what you get.
I admire natural beauty. I'll say that.
Okay.
I admire an intelligent woman, a woman that can hold a conversation. I admire a woman that is direct. I admire a woman that knows what she wants. And last but not least, I admire a woman that reminds me of my mother.
Really? That was so sweet. Okay. I am going to say that it's so many. I like the Black man's work ethic. I think a lot of them, I think that the ones that don't have it overshadow all the ones that do have it. Right? I love that they are builders. They are builders. I love their strength. I love a man that can pick me up. That's a solid man right there, okay? I love an assertive black man.
Okay.
And I admire all those things, and also the skin, baby. The skin for the win. Yes, and melanin.
Did you say that you admire a black man that could pick you up?
Yes. Ain't nothing like a strong black. Just think about the opposite. Think about the opposite. You with a man and you stronger than him.
We just went
That's a
from
turn off.
education.
Hey, I gotta throw it in there. I admire that.
Want what you want.
That's right.
Go over some of these comments here. All right, Mr. Sandman said that he admires the joy and style that black women bring to the community. They have a superpower to feel the people around them. ATL Flag Football, a.k.a. Angelo, a.k.a. Lowdown, a.k.a. Low. Discipline, organization, household management, ability to say no. This dude. And female parts.
I know that's right, love.
Miss Catherine said, what I admire in a black man, politeness, honesty, has a job, very respectful, and knows how to apologize when wrong.
Nice.
Y'all keep them coming. Want to. Me, admiration of a black woman. First off is the strength of a black woman. Growing up in a single parent household with my mother, I saw it firsthand, and she was pretty open with me, letting me see it, kind of shielding my sister from seeing it, but I saw it. I saw what people said. I saw what people did. And I stood so strong with her that it got to the point to where those same people didn't even like me just because they didn't like her strength, that type of thing. The independence of a black woman, I love it. I especially when, there's certain things that when you're independent, because again, it's been forced upon our race that most black women are raising families alone. So there's an independence and a strength that has to be there to do that. So I admire that. Stepping into something like that, you have to be careful not to crush, but at the same time, strengthen that same independence. Damn. Have to go with Angelo on this one. The parts of a black woman, the natural parts of a black woman. I would love to say it can't be duplicated, but it has been to a certain extent. But
What?
we know it really can't be duplicated. These women, they putting their lips on and everything,
Yeah.
so it's
Okay.
duplicated, but at the same time, it's not duplicated because once we touch it, we know that it ain't real. Next thing I would say is the passion of a black woman. Love that when it's exhibited, when it's put out to show that they have passion for something, no matter what other races or other sexes may think. When they have passion for it and they go for it, gotta love that. And then something that I have to have even around me, and something that I admire is versatility. A black woman being able to go to a Jay-Z concert and hold it down, but also accompany to a company function and hold it down. Go to a wedding. I mean, just the versatility of being able to morph into whatever the surroundings is. without letting those surroundings overcome them to where once we leave, we're back to who we are, but we had to do what we had to do while we was there. Yeah, love that. Hold up, got another one here. So Lena said, I admire hardworking men who are devoted to their family, men with goals to be successful, men who make their children their priority, honest and respectful to people, and genuine. Yeah, the children thing, it's something that I admire, but it's something that I expect. With women, because of growing up with my mother as being a single mom, if I see a woman that, is not making the children a priority, ain't no questions asked. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So, damn, thought it was gonna get done early. We about to get done the same
That's
time.
still a little better.
Yeah, we still a little better.
Because I know I was rushing doing my Duolingo normally, so I ain't got to rush.
All right, we were going to talk about Trump and these Navy ships. What we'll say real quick is that I don't think we can directly point to him, but we can damn sure point to him, because I think that the reason why this stuff is happening, because there's been 2 ships that's been a problem with, is because of the lackadaisical effort around that he's created around leadership within
Facts.
our American military is why these things are happening. Got a boat out there for 9 months. What the hell? Then you
Facts.
sending boats. You sending a fleet out to take their place, and one of the boats that's on his way out there loses power and has this. It's just a lackadaisical effort in making sure that things are on point, and that's with his whole regime.
And y'all can correct me. Isn't right now the budget bigger for ICE than it is for the military?
I do believe so.
I believe I read that. So that's already an issue.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't give a damn.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go over this. I'm
Focusing on the wrong
gonna
thing.
have some military people on the show, because I don't think about the Navy as much. But when you're out there on that sea, there's a lot of mental warfare that you have to go through. And I have a brother that's retired Navy, and I'm hoping to get him on the show to talk about some of the trials, the sacrifices, and the strength that these kids have to go through being enlisted in this Navy and doing what they need to do for us.
I read that they normally go 3 to 4 weeks, or they don't go longer than 3 or 4 weeks before they go somewhere to dock, because they need that break.
Yeah,
and they have not.
Yeah,
and there's no toilets working. People are trying to unalive themselves, supposedly on these ships.
I'm gonna look it up a little more, but the
Yeah.
USS Abraham Lincoln, I think, is the one that didn't have the food, and they was out there for supposedly a record-breaking 9 months on float on the boat, and supposedly there was kids thinking about diving over the side. But reading some of the comments, those are the things that's kind of kept under the rug. It happens more often than you know. So we're going to talk about that. Probably not next week, but as soon as I can get those guys, I'm going to have my man, Todd Vick. Y'all have seen him on the show a couple of times. He's been on the show once, and he's been in the comments. I'm going to have him on the show, and I'm going to have my man, hopefully I can have my man, I ain't going to say his name yet. We'll see if we can get him up here. Retired Navy. We're going to talk about some of that stuff.
Okay.
Giving tribute to our military brethren that's out there. Jae, what you doing this week? You out? And before you say that, Angelo, put the schedule in the chat so that I can let everybody know who's where and when.
I do want to. Can I have 5 minutes? Maybe even 3. Okay. I do want to show y'all one thing that I think men need to know, and I'm glad that we had all the comments, the positive comments. I don't think y'all know how strong women are, and I just want to show one thing, okay? Because this is what I had to do today.
I was about to say,
I just want to show
is it a
this.
baby being born? Because that's the strongest thing.
I just want to show y'all, because I don't think y'all know. This right here. This right here.
Just so you know, it's a George Foreman grill.
This is us getting a mammogram. This is the mammogram machine, okay? This is how we feel. And you go, and I don't care if you got some little knockers or some big ones. You gotta put that mug between those two plates, and they mash it all the way down.
She came.
They take it from the front, and then they make you do it on the side.
She came here show and tell today,
And if you
y'all.
if you got some little ones, baby, they gonna pull all your meat from the side and the whole, and they mash it between. Like, y'all don't understand.
Frank, you still out there?
The strength. If you got some big ones, you might be a little bit better off because you got something hanging and you can, but literally they press it as tight as it will go. As tight as it will go. Okay?
As I said earlier,
I went through that today.
the strength of a woman. Anything, mammal, anything that can, I'm just going to say it. If you can bleed for 4 days straight and during
still go
that
to work.
time that you bleeding, still deal with regular life and keep it moving. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you have a little temper tantrum every now and then, but to be able to still do that and keep it moving and be able to stop bleeding and keep living, hey.
All I can tell you, if men had to get the
Thumbs
balls pressed to get them checked out, they don't even want no finger. So we know.
Hey, man.
We know they would have figured out. Y'all, the government, y'all need to figure out another way to check boobs instead of pressing them on a George Foreman grill.
Look right there.
They need to
I
figure.
ain't got
Y'all
nothing to
need
do
to
with
figure
that.
out because this is crazy.
Say it again. Look right there
Technology
and tell
needs
them.
to be way better than
Hey,
this.
make sure we cut this up the right way.
We
Go.
should not still be putting our titties on George Foreman grills and smashing them all the way down. There's got to be a better way. Because if men had to put their balls on there and get them smushed down, they would have found out another way.
No, we're gonna push this now. We're gonna cut it up.
Yeah.
Leave the man shit out of it. Just talk about just talk about it.
I'm
The
just
government,
saying.
y'all need to figure something out.
They
Go ahead
need
and
to
say
figure it out.
Say
Where
it without the man
are there
shit.
inventors that have other options for us to be checked, for our breasts to be checked, besides using that mammogram machine and smashing our boobs to, I think one of the ladies said, making a smash burger out of our boobs. It's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. And you got to go from the front, and then they're going to take it from the side. They're going to smash each way. They're going to smash each way.
This going viral. We're gonna
it's
redo this.
ridiculous.
We're gonna re-record this after the show because I want her to do the show and tell. It's going viral because I'm with you.
Yes.
I love.
Have
the
you
titties.
ever seen?
No, I'm good.
I
on
didn't
that.
think men
But-
have.
No,
I didn't
I'm
think
good.
they have.
I'm good. I mean, I knew what they went through, but I've never seen that kind.
I'm trying to tell you.
I love breast, and I don't like chicken breast.
Hey.
But I love a female breast.
Hey,
So,
trying to tell you.
Yeah, I'm with you. We're gonna make that go viral.
Yes.
So you saying your poems anywhere this weekend?
I don't know, y'all. I'm. You know what? I'm gonna get on top of that. I'm gonna have y'all schedule next time. I'm gonna get on top of that. Yeah. But if you follow my page, I do post. Follow my page, Jae Sunray.
All right. Angelo didn't get a moment to put down where everybody is at or who's at where this weekend. So I'll just tell you, make sure that you tune in to Uptown Comedy Corner on IG and also on TikTok. And I promise you, he will let you know. They will be doing something Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. What's this? Is this the first Friday? No, it's not the Friday. Not the first Friday. But make sure that you tune in.
And Sunday.
And Sunday. That's right. They're
We
doing
have
a Sunday
Sunset
show also.
Sundays.
Sunset Sunday. So make sure that you tune in and we'll be sure to let you know where the comedians are doing their things at. Me, I got some things in the I got some things in the oven right now, man, and got them on a low broil. But I am looking at a play here in Atlanta. Why am I still single? On September 26th, has to be something that I really want to do because that's my birthday weekend. My birthday is September 29th. But I will get the location and ticket prices and everything to everyone. I'm playing the guy Uncle Mac, but I will let you know the ticket prices and everything next week for sure. Any other dates? I got 2 things that's about to drop on Tubi. I will be sure to let you guys know about that also. But that's gonna do it, man. Great show.
Yeah.
Great
Big
show.
fun.
Jose,
Big fun.
You hold it down for these girls, boy. You hold it down. I mean, she holds it down.
I support women's rights and women's wrongs.
I don't know about the wrongs, but the rights, boy, she is right there on it. That's gonna do it, man. Classic Conversation with Jae Tea and Lo.
And Jae.
And we out. You dig?
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know.